Now, stories like this need to be reported more often. I know a lot of people don't want to hear about, you know, sad stories, stories that can make you angry. People want more happy, uplifting stories. But things like this, you gotta keep it. If you're not gonna keep it in the news, you definitely need to have the conversations amongst your family members, especially with your daughters, your nieces, yeah, sisters, and even the men too, because men, well, so this happens to both sides, and both sides are perpetrators, and both sides are the victims of stories like this. But I want to talk about this story. I believe it's out of Baton Rouge. It's a sad story, but let's get into it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Let's hit it.
His ex-girlfriend at her apartment has a history of domestic abuse. Arrest records show that Brandon Bell was arrested on domestic abuse battery charges just last month after an argument turned violent. He was released on a $1,000 bond after that arrest and was not supposed to have a gun. But last night, his ex-girlfriend, Kaylin Ford, called the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office because she believed that Bell was using an old key to get into her apartment. Once deputies left the apartment, Ford is accused of coming back from a wooded area and fatally shooting her. Deputies say he then turned the gun on himself. He was found in critical condition. Deputies say he is not expected to survive.
So it's a lot to unpack in this story, right? First of all, she, the young lady, and rest in peace to her, and condolences to the family. Said he was trying to get into the house with an old key. So undoubtedly, well, they did say that she filed a restraining order against him before. So there had been a history of domestic violence. So much to the point to where she changed the locks on her apartment. And then say she got a restraining order, and then he wasn't supposed to have a gun. Here's the thing about that piece of paper: it means absolutely nothing, because the thing about emotionally wrecked people, when they get upset, and then somebody takes it to that next level, they gonna take it to the next level. I've seen, heard of, know personally of cases where a restraining order was administered or given, and the next thing you know, the person the restraining order was that it was served to, they went and deleted the person that put the restraining order on. And it's like the first thing all the victims' families say is, "What the hell is that paper supposed to do? You gonna give them that paper? Gonna say, oh, I better stay 100 yards away from her or him." No, they're gonna get more upset. They're gonna get out of jail because you done arrested, then got arrested, then they got a bond. They're gonna get out of jail, and they're gonna come after you even harder to the point of where they're gonna do something even more egregious, like what this guy did. And then he went. Why he didn't just take his own self out? I don't understand that. Why you feel like you gotta take her out and him too? But you know what? Let's get a little deeper into this story. We're gonna go to lawandcrime.com and just get a few more details on the story. It says man ambushed the ex-girlfriend moments after the sheriff's deputies cleared her apartment while looking for him, said the police. A Louisiana man was lying in wait in the woods for his ex-girlfriend to leave her apartment after sheriff's deputies told her he was not inside. Well, duh. Now the question is, was she inside when she called the police, or was she outside, saw him trying to get in, and then called the police? That part of the story kind of baffles me. Brandon Bell, 24, has been accused by the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office of fatally shooting his ex-girlfriend, Kaylin Ford, 22, after he ambushed her at her apartment. According to an affidavit obtained by CBS affiliate WAFB, Ford had called police during the early morning hours on Monday because she feared that he was attempting to get inside her apartment with an old key. Sheriff's deputies responded to the call and searched her apartment for Bell, but he was not inside. Okay. And Ford was told the apartment was clear. Ford reportedly told the deputies that she and a friend were going to stay somewhere else. However, Bell was allegedly waiting for her nearby. Here's where the police failed in this particular story. Well, I won't say failed, but maybe they could have done a little more, and maybe they'll do some kind of in services and stuff so where they can learn to handle situations like this differently. If someone is saying that an ex is trying to break in their house, and then the police come, they can't see it, they don't see it, they don't find it, I know they're going to say that they don't have enough force to sit by and wait for, to wait around to see if he's going to show up, unless it's a crime has already been committed, like a major crime has already been committed. But from my standpoint, I'm thinking if they said they was going to leave and go, if the girl said she was going to leave and go to stay somewhere else, then maybe they should have stayed until she got a bag or something and then left, at least for the night. It wouldn't have, and I know they couldn't sit there and watch her for like the next week or two, but at least, just that night so they can leave, make sure they leave safely, gone, watch the area, see if anybody comes or goes up the apartment, sit there a couple of minutes and then leave. That gives her time to, get down the road to wherever she's going. Maybe they could have done that, just showed a little concern. But if he's sitting out in the woods, that means he's on foot, okay, standing in the woods, and then they say he has a gun, talking about he ain't supposed to have a gun. How many criminals out there are not supposed to have guns? And they have them anyway. There's a lot of youngsters out here. We see the videos, we see the stories. They have guns, and you wonder where they get them from and how they get them, and they don't even have a job. Come on, now, they got to change these domestic violence laws, like really. According to WAFB's reporting on the affidavit, Bell came out of the woods shortly after the deputies left, and Ford exited her apartment, as he then allegedly shot her and then turned the gun on himself. Ford was pronounced deceased at the scene. Bell was taken into a nearby hospital in critical condition. The East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office stated that Bell was not expected to survive. WAFB reported that Bell had a history of domestic violence accusations, including one with an unnamed victim in April. So this is barely a month ago, okay? The Baton Rouge Police Department stated that during the alleged incident in April, Bell and an unnamed alleged victim got into a verbal argument that became physical. That victim reportedly told police that she asked Bell to leave her apartment after he broke a promise. Okay. Bell was arrested and booked into custody after the April incident and granted a $1,000 bond. Ford reportedly had a protective order against Bell, who was forbidden from being within 100 yards of her. Again, what is that piece of paper going to do for somebody who really want to get at you, who got access to you? Not a doggone thing. $1,000 bond ain't really much, but they try to make these laws now to where people are not sitting and waiting in jail for years for a hearing or a court date or something because they have no money. Who I just saw Mystikal, the rapper Mystikal. That cat, he had a no bond. He's in jail, no bond for being accused of some egregious things like 3 years ago. And he just now had a court date today. But he had no bond. It's like, dang, you think 3 years for a court date? That's like that dude got no money. He got a public defender or something, man. That is crazy. But anyway, I got this word apartment highlighted here because of this. I do not advocate for anyone to move in with each other, for people to move in with each other. Boyfriend, girlfriend, do not move in with each other until it's time to get married. I just don't advocate for it, especially in a short amount of time. Matter of fact, the dude or the female shouldn't even know where you live for about 6 months. I mean, seriously, you know what? I say 3 to 6 months until it's like serious. You've been dating for a while, everything is going good, because you give it 6 months, then you're dating seriously, seeing each other all the time. People are gonna go through good times and bad times in 6 months. Grown folks will. for sure. So it ain't too much they can hide in 6 months. Now you got some people who work hard to do that, but I mean, if you do your due diligence and pay attention to what's going on around you and with the other person, red flags will pop up if need be. And then if there is red flags, do some kind of investigation, and that way you can figure out if you want to stick around or not. That also means that you're going to have to abstain from the cheek clapping, because cheek clapping causes brings on emotion, brings on spiritual, especially if cheek clapping raw dog. That's going to bring on emotions and spiritual, spiritual forces and whole other conversations. That's just what it does. You're going to connect. Skin touching, you're going to connect with a person emotionally and spiritually, and then it's like there's no turning back. Because I guess the scriptures say, I guess they say when you're doing that, you're pretty much married, I guess. So I don't know. But I just have to say that's just, especially like I'm going to say for everybody, but especially for kids, because, and this is a kids, 22, 24, these are kids. Because they don't understand life. They haven't even started living life yet. Like this dude here putting his hands on a female, like for what? Usually a youngster. There are 50-11 women out there that you can easily date and get to know. And if they ain't your type, you just walk away. Females, same way. There's a lot of guys out there, but the thing about it's kind of harder for females to walk away from a relationship than guys for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. But like I said, I want to say that this dude, I'm going to assume that this dude was probably dating two women at the same time at least. And they found out about each other, or they found out he was cheating or whatever. Or it could just be because he put his hands on them or whatever, but they wanted him out of their life. But he had access to both of their apartments. And at least for this young lady, he had a key in order to be able to get in and out of her apartment. Like I say, that's disturbing. These are things that you got to understand. A guy can be perfect when you first meet. A woman can be perfect when y'all first meet. But as time goes on, the real person comes out, and you'll find out if she a hood booger, if he a hood booger, if he's like violent, if she's so doggone me ratchet and just, you just can't bring her around nobody. Whatever the case may be, it takes time to find this out for a lot of people. Some people, you find out, you'll find out immediately. But main thing I do want to say is this, and this is going to be an unpopular assessment, but I've said it a few times in past videos like this. When you're in a relationship with somebody and they're violent, first of all, if somebody put their hands on you the first time, you got to get out. It really doesn't matter if you provoke them, quote unquote, talking crazy, and they haul off and hit you. It's time to go. It's time, because really y'all can't make it with each other unless y'all get some kind of professional counseling, spiritual counseling, and y'all do it for a while. And again, y'all gotta abstain from the physical contact and really being around each other, because you'll really have to get, especially the guy that's violent, the person that's violent, they would have to get, hell, if you even, like I say, talk crazy to people and cuss people out, you both are going to have to get some kind of help, some kind of counseling to first find out the issues with yourself. And I guess you want to call it fix yourself, or get yourself on the right path. And then you can be, I guess, healed enough to try to have a relationship with someone else. Because if you don't, any relationship you get into is going to be toxic. But with that being said, when you're in a relationship with somebody who you know can be violent, your best plan of action, unfortunately, is that you got to move. You have to be like in the witness protection program and just change everything that person knows about you. damn near immediately, like change the address, change your phone numbers, email address. I mean, I know it's kind of hard, but that's why you have. But see, but that's why I say you got to really take time, be patient, getting into these relationships. Because when you go in head first, when you're about to hit that ground, ain't nothing gonna stop it. Ain't nothing gonna stop it but your head, and that's gonna hurt pretty doggone bad. A lot of times these domestic cases, you got to just move out of the city, move out of the state, just be gone because unfortunately it can turn to this situation here. I know it's unfair. You're gonna say I know it's unfair, but that's just life. And you probably say that's impossible. It's not impossible. People move all the time. I mean, should you probably got to get to like a shelter or something, call a victims crisis hotline and see if you can't move out of state or move out of city or whatever. And I know you and your family might be there, and it may not be, you know what I'm saying, don't have to be like a forever move. But if all the police gonna do, if all the court's gonna do is hand out a piece of paper, tell this man you can't be 100 yards from, you know what I'm saying, within 100 yards of her, and you can't have a gun. If that's all they're gonna do, because they're not gonna give you 25 protection, not enough police, too many domestic violence cases. Well, they just gonna, you know what I'm saying? Then the people, that's not gonna stop them people from getting at you. So what can you do? I mean, you can always grab something to protect yourself. Now that's rule number one. That's probably to me, that would be the best option. And there got to be more positive male role models in your house, and, you know, you know, in your life, so that way you can see through these things. They can see a dude for what he is. Like, I don't like that dude. It's like, I mean, I know people in relationship with guys, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, I don't like that dude. That dude, you know, that dude's sorry. Something wrong with that guy. That dude is negative. And his energy is off. It's not going to be good for her, stuff like that. And dudes can see that, especially when grown men can see that with other guys. But a lot of times females ain't going to see it because he's there. He may clap cakes pretty good. He may got vices that you got, like smoking, drinking, hanging out, watching TV, playing dominoes, whatever, kicking it, hanging out, doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? You get comfortable around. He make it talk good. You know what I'm saying? Talk well. You know, may say things every now and then to make you feel good. But on the other end, money funny, he ain't helping. He may be violent, maybe cursing. You know what I'm saying? You just, you know, hanging out all the time, cheating on you, whatever the case may be. It can be a whole lot of things going on that you don't like, but those little things is in kind of keep, and it keeps you from being lonely. Sometimes that outweighs the negative, and that's not good. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below, share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those four things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here at this channel. Now, if you would like to support us financially, you can always give a super thanks, super chat, super stickers. And hey, watch the commercials all the way through. That helps out too. Or you can go to the description box below. There are a couple of links there you can click on and help support us that way. Now, if you want something tangible for your dollars, which a lot of people do, you can go to marlonmorales.com, you got a Shopify store, or you can just hit the shop button below. Check out all our luxury products. We got fragrances that last all day. We got silk products, 100% silk products. We got beard products, handbags, much more. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. With that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.